let's see, critical mass. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about critical mass alarms. So for us, a critical mass alarm is this. If we don't have a house under contract in 2 weeks, we're sitting down and talking about it. In other words, flags start to go up. Now, Ajita, to everyone, Bill, could we have these emails forwarded? Don't they have access to this?
Yep.
To these?
So once again, that's going to what we are currently showing you guys right now is going to be ID 3533. So ID 3533 is what you guys got. So that way you guys can see all the emails. You can take those. You can be able to put these and implement them directly into your systems. Okay, good.
So the critical mass alarm, right? In 2 weeks, how many showings have we had? Have we received any offers? If we've had showings, what's the feedback been? You know, I'm not here to put houses on the market and not get them sold, right? And I will tell you that right now, I'm sure all of you are dealing with price reductions on a regular basis, because when you're pricing a property, it depends upon where you're pulling your comparables from based upon a time frame. I want you guys to try and exercise in your marketplace. Pick an address, pick your house, pick your own house, and go back and see what the value, in other words, what value range would you have put that house on the market for in January of 2020? Okay, now, what I want you to do is add the appreciation level over 2 years. So like in our market, and I think on a national level, you're somewhere between 23 to 25% appreciation that we saw in 2020, 2021. So then come up with that value, right? So in other words, if the house appreciated from 2020 at the value range that you determined, 25%, okay, you'll have this number. Then what I want you to do is then adjust it to how much the market has declined through now, right? I mean, we saw we saw about a 10% shift down. Okay, so if I add 23% and then I take 10% down, that should give that will give you one look at the value proposition of the home where it's at. The next thing then to start to quantify this is redo the study, but pull comparables only within the last 30 days. And if you have to go to 60 days, that's okay. See where your value range comes up with that. Then do an RPR. If you're here in the States, you can pull an RPR. And that is a real property resource. They use CoreLogic for their data and see what value they come up with. And why I'm asking you to do all these is that you can start to take a look at, are there some commonalities in the way that you're coming up with value? Now, here's the other thing I want you to do for fun. Pull a Zestimate. In 2020, up to about 3 or 4 or 5 months ago, up to about the point that Zillow just totally messed up their iBuyer and did it. All sellers could talk about was estimates. That's all they talked about. They said, oh, my Zestimate is this, my Zestimate is that. They're not talking about it anymore because the Zestimate is lousy. Like Zestimates, we looked at a house that conceivably can go on the market at like 575. The Zestimate was 544. And then go to realtor.com. Now they're using Open Door, and Open Door said they'll buy it for 464. Well, these people paid 480 for it. So you start to take some of this stuff off the table, but you start to look at different ways to get to price valuations. Now, when you're at the table, what you have to say to them is this: look, we're still seeing a decline in the market. The market is suggesting right now a value range of here to here. My recommendation is that we don't go to the top. We don't have to go to the bottom. We can come somewhere down in the middle, but we have to get to a point because we know that we're going to have another decline probably over the next 30 days of 1%. So let's get ahead of it instead of behind it. And by doing that, we will maximize your equity. And by the way, sellers, please understand that pricing your house too high is more dangerous than pricing your house too low. Okay. The whole point of this narrative is that you got to spend a lot more time at the table talking about value than you had to a couple years ago. It didn't matter a couple years ago because it was going to get into a bidding war anyway. Just put it anywhere you want. Right? I mean, literally, appraisers were telling us comparables no longer matter. It just didn't matter. But that's not the case now. That's not the case now. So when you'll pick a time frame, we like 2 weeks. If if we've got a house on the market in 2 weeks, it's not there. We're sitting down and we're taking a look at it and we're trying to figure out where the weak, where's the weak spot in this? Because our goal is to get the home sold and make that happen. Like this, critical mass seller, no showings in 30 days, no offers in 60, 10 showings, but no others. And we set that level of expectation at the appointment that, look, if we've had 10 showings and no offers, we could be this far off on the pricing of your home. Because it's not because of our marketing. We got 10 people through, they're all qualified to buy your home. From a value perspective, they decided to go buy another one. Because that's how buyers are deciding to buy in today's marketplace. It has everything to do with value.